right, take two. Better go to the beginning. So today's lesson is to try to help you understand two things. Number one, what is an inverted classroom, and how can I employ this in my own classroom? So first of all, I just explain the concept, and then second of all, I'll tell you how to carry out this exercise. So, as the definition implies, what you normally would do in class, you're going to do this now in a recording, and your students will listen to this lesson at home. Do the homework, which you normally would have assigned at the end of the class, and instead they will be doing that work in class. What you see up here on the notes are some of the comments after the first two lessons that I created for my students. They were not, they were really rough. I wouldn't say I thought they were great lessons, but they loved it. They absolutely loved it. Felt it was so helpful for them in understanding some concepts. So these Smartboard notes, as well as this podcast, are being done to help you should this spark an interest in you and your lessons. So in order to do that, you have to learn how to record your voice and some notes in something called a podcast, and then how to upload it to YouTube. That is what the students will watch at home. And just like any YouTube that you watch, you can pause it, you can replay it again and again and again. You can actually post comments on it, or allow your students to do that if you choose to let them. Then they come in, they've listened to some introductory comments about whatever it is that you're going to be teaching them, and then the next day they come in and you clear up any questions, and then you set them to work on some of the problems that you might have had them do at home that night. The things that they stumble over, instead of waiting another day, they have you right there at your disposal, or at their disposal, to help solve the problems. So I'm going to try to take you through this. Again, recognize that this is so very new to me that it may or may not be as crystal clear to you as you'd like, but I'm going to do my best to give it a try. So these are the directions to get you started. First of all, you're to go to this website. Just Google in Screencast-O-Matic. Here's the link that'll come up right here. And you want to click on that link. It'll take you to this site. And you'll notice that what you're going to do is create an account. Once you've created an account, you'll go to the login, but to begin with, you want to register your own account. You can see already I have an account, so I would just go ahead and log in. Really helpful is to watch a quick demonstration. So highly encourage you to do that. Click on that site and it'll give you some helpful hints. I did that a few times to help me understand some of the basics. After you do that, then the other thing that I do to get ready is to create my Smartboard notes. If you can see all along the left side of your screen, you'll see all of my pages of my Smartboard notes. I did that ahead of time. I saved that ahead of time. That simplifies the process for me so that I don't have to do as much work. I can do this part at home, typing in my own notes. It's easier at school if I want to write on the Smartboard, but I can also create these things at home. So once you're ready to start recording, the directions will, once you click on that, start recording, you'll get this screen here as you see these dashed lines and the boxes, And you want to expand that so whatever is within the dashed lines and the boxes will be what the YouTube will display. So notice that I've chosen to go all the way out to show the various pages on my Smartboard notes for you. You may or may not want to do that for your students. Also notice within this box or right below the dashed lines, a little red circle and some other items that I haven't quite figured out how to use yet, but I'm getting there. Trial and error mainly. Okay, so notice here your screen should look like something like this, where your dotted lines go out as far as you want around your screen. Okay, you'll still see the red dot and for the record button. That's actually what that is, the record button. I assume that to the right of the record button is something to do with volume and screen resolution. Those are just skills I haven't yet picked up. Okay, so we are currently recording, and the way that I know that is a couple of things. You'll see on the left corner, the lower left corner of your screen is the double blue lines, as well as the sound bars going up and down. That is the location that you would press if you want to pause the recording. And when you want to start recording, you will press the red circle, which will appear after you press pause. You'll press that one to begin recording. It does give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can start and stop as many times as you'd like. Unlike tape recording, if you remember those days, it doesn't make that sound like we're used to of that click, click, click. So it doesn't tell the viewer how many times you restarted. So it makes for a very clean presentation. I'm trying to give you pretty much an unscripted version, but I can tell you honestly at this point in time I've already started and stopped the recording, maybe 6 times. So just to give you a heads up. I've also, if you'll notice, down towards the bottom, you'll notice this fact that you can restart. That means take it back from the very beginning. And you can also kind of chop off the bad part and pick up again later on. Now, okay, so at this point in time, you'll notice that my next slide is empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pause. I'm going to press the pause button. I'm going to do something, and when my voice stops and then starts again, what you'll see is that the slide, something has been added, and that's because I did that while the recording was paused. So I was in pause. I took the time to write something that I wanted to convey, and lo and behold, I picked right back up where I wanted to begin again. Okay, so this is about it. Let's say that I'm going to cap this off as a 10-minute lesson. So the next thing to do is to click done. After that, you'll be asked to save the podcast, and what I've done so far is to upload them onto YouTube, and you are more than welcome to go to my YouTube account, as you can see here below, at drose530. Just go to Google, type in YouTube, and then under the box on the right-hand side, view drose530. These are rough. I don't think they're very good, but the only way to get better is to practice. So I'm signing off. Good luck. Anytime you need some help, let me know. I'll be happy to help you, and I'm sure you'll be helping me. Enjoy.